This is the help video for Word Chapter 2, Pause and Practice 2.4. On the left side, I have the instruction file that I got from the sim book. On the right, I have the file that I'm working on that I, at the state it was at the end of Pause and Practice 2.3. I do not have to rename the file because it already is at the name I need it to be. So I'm going to start here with number 3. We're going to find and replace the hyphen between the dates with an N dash. Okay, so an N dash, there's an N dash and an M dash. And those are just wider hyphens. So if you think about the size of an N, like a capital N, that's how wide an N dash is. If you think of how wide a capital M is, then that's what an M dash size is. And so what we want to do is we want to find all these, like right here. Do you see between October 2000? Let me turn my hidden codes off. So right there, that hyphen, we want to make those a little bit longer only where there's dates. So if we look through here, there might be hyphens used not to separate dates. We don't want to change those, right? So let's look at how we can do that process, because, you know, the N dash isn't on your keyboard. So how do we change that? So the first thing we want to do is we want to go to the very beginning of our document. So I did a Control Home. It took us to the top. We want to go on the Home tab in the editing group. So in my screen, that editing group is kind of closed up because I have there I go. Let's see, get it out. Come on. There we go. So we want to find, replace, and select. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the replace. So I'm going to click on replace. Actually, I'm going to scroll back and then just understand that's where it's at. Editing, replace. We want to type the hyphen in what we want to find. So hyphen. And that's, okay, we got that. Find the hyphen in my document. But now how do I get it to change it to an N dash? Well, the key is right here, this More button. If you click on the More button, it brings up this bottom half of the screen. And there's a couple different things that you want to look at. First of all, there's a special and then there's a format. So you can look for, let's say, everywhere you have something bold and italic, and maybe you just want it bold. Instead of having to go through all of them and take the italic off, you could use this format to replace bold italic with just bold. We want to replace it with a special character. And there's, if you click on special, it brings up this whole list of things, right? So we want to find the N dash. So there's M dash and N dash. So we're going to do N dash. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. I'm so sorry. Here we need to go down to the replace with, right? So the top one's got to be the hyphen. Click down to replace with, special, N dash. So we're saying find a regular hyphen and replace it with the little bit wider, right? So we're done with this bottom half of the screen. So we can click on the less and it just kind of hides it up. We're going to do find next. So I'm going to move this out of the way. So it found, let's see, where is it at? Okay. Oh, there it is. Hands-on. Well, that's not a date, right? So I don't want that one. If I want to skip it, I do find next. There, it goes to the between a date. So I want to say replace. When I pick replace, it will automatically go to the next one. So you don't do replace and find next, or you're going to skip. You only do find next when you want to skip one. Replace. There it is. Replace. There it is. Replace. Age appropriate. Don't want that one. Find next. Replace. Okay. And then this is a date, so we're going to say replace. Problem solving, don't want that one, so skip, and we're done. We've finished the document. So if I close out of that, you can see right here, all of those are just a little bit wider. Little bit wider. Okay. Add borders and shadings to a paragraph. So we want to turn that show hide on, and we want to get the paragraph after profile. So I just went left and did a double click. We want to, this is the one we did the little indent on the left and the right, so it's not quite all the way out to the margin, right? Let me double check that. Okay, I apologize. My paragraph, when I was undoing, I undid too much. This paragraph should have a left and right indent of 1/4 of an inch. That's back from Pause and Practice, I think 2:1. So now we want to take this paragraph and we want to put a border around it. So I have it selected, and once again, the way I do it is I come out here and I double click. You can also, in the paragraph, triple click. Get you the same place. All right, so we want to go to the Home tab, the paragraph group. We want to find the border and shading. That's right here's a little paint can. So we're going to click on, I'm sorry, we want borders first. We're going to do borders. And we want to go all the way down to borders and shading. And wait. So notice we have borders, page borders, and shading. So the first thing that we want to do, we're right here, select shadow, okay, in the settings area. So right here, we pick shadow, select the solid line we did, the color, we're going to do the 5th color of the first row, so that's dark red, accent 1. We want to apply it, width is 1 point. So we did shadow, line, dark red, 1 point, apply it to the paragraph. And you can see in this little picture here, but we don't want to hit OK yet because we want to do our shading. So we're going to do options right here because we want to pull this text away a little bit from the line. So we're going to do top and bottom to 2 points. And that just gives a little white space between the border and where the text is. So on this one, we're going to do OK. And now I think we are done with our borders. So now we need to click on the shading. We want to put a shading color. So we're going to click on the, from no color, do the down arrow. Second row, we want to do white, background 1, darker 5%. So this very first one. We're going to click that. It's going to apply it to the paragraph. Now we're ready. OK. OK. And we have, I'm going to turn my codes off. So now we have that indented with a nice border that matches the colors from the rest of the document. It's a little shadow and then just a light gray background. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is step number 5. We're going to add a bottom border. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to stop this movie here and pick up step 5 in the next movie. All right, thank you.